LaSh in the northern side, spawning in with a Vanguard men-at-arms rush, going over to Wam's base. The problem for him, I don't know how much damage he's going to be able to do. That gold vein is pretty close to Wam's hometown center as well, but the key is going to be is what is Wam going to go for as far as opening wise? Is he going for the water? It looks like he may be, and that will be the focus for those men-at-arms.
It's just a wonderful change up for me, because when we have this map in LoL, nobody ever goes for water. You don't see anyone going for this water, and I don't know why.
That's crazy in my eyes. I've seen this map a lot more in the team tournaments than in solos. In the teams, usually one will go for water, one will, either go for trade, which has not, I guess, has been removed, or team tournaments, you go to the corners, and then one kind of goes for more of the boom, more of the map control kind of thing if it's threes. But water, I mentioned earlier, water when there's deep sea fish should be taken, should be a main focus if you are able to do so. That first men-at-arms actually runs towards Wam's base, and it's about to run straight. Oh, it pulls back away because of a wolf, I think, actually. And the dock had been scouted by LaSh. So let's see where this men-at-arms is going to try to go to. Like I said, there's not a ton of area that it can actually do some damage with this base layout for Wam. Really, really good spawn.
I think LaSh just saw the gold vein and he immediately beeline for it. So he prevented him from running into the town center. He now sees the girl and the gold here, and he's gonna circle further around, see what's here, because he hasn't scouted this area yet.
Yeah, and the key thing here too is it's usually against the Mongols. You want to find the Uvu, and you want to see if anything's built around the Uvu. Well, the Uvu's on the town center, and with the men-at-arms, that's really where he's trying to just kind of circle around and find that, but it's on the town center, which he can't see because that doesn't have the vision range that he needs.
Yeah, there's one black blob for LaSh's vision, and it's right where the Uvu sits. So he's worried about that barrack, about that tower rush, and he doesn't know where the Uvu is. So that's what his one man-at-arm here is doing. But the other one is beelining directly for the dock.
Yes, he is. His scout looks like he has made it back around. He's going to scout out that western side of the map and then probably circle around with the scout towards Wam's base and actually get some good vision of all of Wam's base to be able to, get that necessary info that he needs.
Oh god, you were right. Like the town center can actually fire on right on top of the Gur, so Wam could potentially be safe mining here with a few villages.
Oh, I'm like 90% sure he is, but he's reacting with the stables, because not only does he want to push back this one man-at-arms on his base, the more important thing is pushing back the men-at-arms that's about to start damaging his fishing eco, and that is the key. That is what you want to keep alive. Villager running on away from that men-at-arms, keep that dock alive. And there we go. The men-at-arms from LaSh pulls back, decides to start burning down that dock, doesn't care about the villager because he has priorities. Stables has been finished. First double horseman production is on its way. And the Khan goes down.
Yep, this is GG. Khan is dead. Next game.
Yep, go ahead and move on along. GG's have been called. GG's are in the chat. And LaSh even circles around with his scout and is able to grab up those sheep as well.
Doing a victory lap. Oh, and he didn't pay attention while he was doing that victory lap, and his Vanguard man-at-arms took so much damage here on the forward gold, and now he has to leave. And let's see if these double-produced horsemen are just gonna snipe him out, or if the infantry is gonna get that man-at-arms. Might as well.
Yeah, I mean, it does. As long as the men-at-arms still has 27 health. The by infantry will not be enough, but the double-producing horsemen, they make work of men-at-arms because they're tanky. They have a decent damage as well, and men-at-arms, they're tanky and they have a decent damage, kind of low damage, and so it's just kind of trading back and forth. But the horsemen, they have the mobility, so they don't take losing fights. They only take fights that they're gonna win.
Yeah, like the early horsemen, what they got going for them is basically their 110 health. They do a ton of damage, but they're super squishy. But men-at-arms don't do a lot of damage, so two men-at-arms against 4 horsemen here, definitely a good matchup for the Mongol.
Yes, it is. One of the horsemen goes down, another men-at-arms goes down. Feudal Age has finished for LaSh, so LaSh is able to start pumping out spears now instead of men-at-arms. Those men-at-arms are still getting picked off, and he actually is going with the early men-at-arms upgrade. All the while, Wam still continuing to produce fishing ships, and Deerstones not too far away either, has 10 villagers on it. So that Deerstones is coming through fast.
Yeah, and Wam already has 8 fishing ships here. That's absolutely horrible for LaSh. He needs to stop this yesterday, and let's see if...
The problem is now he can't stop it. So, like, you might be, oh, well, now he has spears to deny the horseman, so he's going to go burn it. Well, Wham's just going to queue up a galley and it's over.
Archery range is coming up as well, so I'm kind of expecting to see Mangdai. Maybe we'll see regular archers, but anyway, it's going to be bad news for those spearmen.
Yeah. Light junk would be my expectation as well for Wam to just queue up out of this dock, immediately start pushing back the spears as it does a lot of that AoE damage. He even still has a horseman here to delay up, you know, the torch damage from coming down from that scout. And Khan, the Khan has a group of horsemen picking off the reinforcement. So even though, you know, it might be spears that it's diving into, still slowly able to trade with those, pick off one of the longbows as well, and going for another longbow. So not allowing the English to mass up. And I've seen Wam do this time and time again when he plays. He's so good at picking off those reinforcing units.
And
there it is. Galley pops out. Light junk, sorry, not galley.
It's a galley. We can call it that.
It's an arrow ship, I guess, is what it's supposed to be called. Good job by LaSh, kind of using his scout to be annoying, but the scout goes down. Vision's going to start being denied. And the light junk slowly going to be focusing on those other units that are trying to get reinforcements there. But as reinforcements are getting there, these are units that LaSh is throwing on away.
Pretty much, the Mongol mass is headed towards the dock, trying to get the reinforcements on the way and potentially stopping this dock from being burned down. Is there also a villager? Yeah, the villager is moving out to repair this. So this dock most likely will just stay up.
Oh, 100% stays up. And then the problem, this is almost like what we saw with the Burgrave. It's like LaSh invested so much into this, threw units away in hopes to deny the dock staying up. He barely got it on fire. The other villager, he's going to put his hammer down twice, and he's just laying down the hammer and fixes up that dock. Wham's eco, it's still untouched in a sense. He's barely had a production building burned, dock burned, and just rebuilds it back up. But look at his military force that has built up during this.
Yeah, 17 against 7 and 37 against 29 eco units. And these are fishing ships on the deep water fish, so they're very effective.
Only 3 longbows, more importantly, so the archer numbers are favoring Wam, and archer's just going to focus down those spears. Horsemen just going to try to kite out the spears back and forth to not allow them to get any attacks off, slowly pick them off. LaSh transitioning into more farms, whereas Wam at this point, I'm surprised he hasn't even started to build some more fishing to just go for some of the shoreline fish just because he's got the eco to do so. He's probably, actually, I know exactly what he's doing. He's going up to Castle Age. He's got this military mass already built up. He could even do the thing where he goes up to Castle Age and utilizes these units as throwaway units as he transitions and gets some extra damage to the eco to put himself ahead even further.
And at this point, like he has 25 on 27 now on the food. I'm expecting to see a few barracks dropped in a bit. And then he's just gonna run men-at-arms into the English villager lines, and there's nothing LaSh can do about it right now.
Raid coming around from those horsemen, from those Khan, going right towards the gold of LaSh. And so even though there's only 2 vills there, we will see 1 go down. A couple of those longbows try to defend up. Horsemen immediately pulled back away. LaSh's main force is going towards that dock yet again. But there's only like 9 units here, and Stepped Out's being dropped. At this point, Wham could just say, fine, take my dock, but doesn't have to. He still has the light junk there, and the military mass from LaSh isn't even enough to stop that light junk from pushing those units away, I don't think.
Yeah, the healing from the dock is apparently enough to out-heal 4 longbows. Oh yeah, the longbows actually outrange the light junk, so that's a cute little bit there.
Yeah, so the key thing here that Wham will do is you'll see he'll just back away into the river, and then the longbows have to step back up, and then the light junk will push right back into that and continue to get those AoE fires. And look at that. Those longbows all of a sudden are all down at like 10% health, and these archers are going to come up and just clear the rest of those longbows and spears, and then the horseman mass as well. So all of a sudden, again, LaSh's units that he pushed forward with have all gotten wiped out.
Yeah, basically the English army is completely, entirely dead, and Wham's up to Castle Age, and let's see what units is he going for.
Lancers. Lancers.
There's the first Lancer in the queue, as you just said that, double protection.
It's just such a high value unit. Yes, LaSh would be able to deal with them somewhat with Spearmen, but we just have seen how many units LaSh has been losing already. He doesn't have the Spearman numbers to match Lancers. It was about to be it is triple stables. It's going to be all and one barrack, so mainly just all Lancers coming out, and it's just primarily Wham knows you don't have the resources to match Lancers. Even if you produce all spears, Wham will win this.
Yeah, usually if you're fighting against a healthy English feudal army, that will have a ton of spears in there and a ton of longbows, so your lancers are actually not that effective, and you're better off going for men-at-arms, but there's no English feudal army.
Yep. LaSh loses his military mass forward that was trying to raid the Steppe Redoubt. He has one single men-at-arms left on that dock that's being focused down by the light junk. So again, Wham just showing you a very, very clean game here, has forced LaSh and the English to split the military mass all over the map. What is English known for? They're known for blobbing up. They're known for the immobile army staying together, pushing forward together in unison, and they are not able to do that, and that just shows you how weak English can be.
Yeah, they're not stopping that dock, and then basically all of LaSh's military actions were focused around this dock, and nothing worked because of one junk. And not as Lancers in his village alliance.
Yeah, this is when Wham just calls game. Like, LaSh is trying to sneak out to build a secret dock. Even if he gets that secret dock up, how's he going to produce more military ships than Wham? He's not. And now this is further delaying his Castle Age, which he was quite close to. He's heavy onto the gold. Wham has an outpost going up near that gold. He's going to have perfect vision of all of this. He's actually getting outposts all around the base of LaSh to be able to just get information, and information is key. He's going to know anything and everything that he needs to do. Circle around for those farms for that wood line yet again, causing more idle time, causing more delay. Spots out of Vil. That looks like he will get one more Vil pick, and this just will slowly start adding up, and reinforcing units are building a mangonel right in front of that initial wood line that was chopped on through.
Oh, it just feels so bad if you're the English here, and you have less defending units than you see Lancers circling around your base.
Oh no, the King's Palace is going up right where the outpost has finished. Wham has full vision of that King's Palace. Lancers, 2 Lancers are on top of the King's Palace. Starting to focus down units. Some of the villagers are being pulled, but look at this. It's on top of the farms, and the Lancers are in the background. And you might not think this, it's not as strong as what the old mangonels used to be, but this is going to be so much raid bounty coming in. Lancers are going to circle around. I don't know where LaSh's villagers are going to be able to hide. I don't know what they're going to be able to do. They're actually turning. They're trying to fight Lancers themselves, and it is over. Wham shows the dominance of the Mongols.
Yeah, great game from Wham. Everything worked in his favor, especially, of course, uncontested fishing wins games, but his gameplay worked. He did, LaSh felt a little, he wasn't really focused. Of course, he wanted to get down the dock. He wasn't really decisive.